Hey, what's up? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Facebook? This is Benaiah the Specialist, the War Room, doing this interview with Brother Samuel. Brother Samuel, he does Aikido, right? That's how I say it?
Aikido. Yeah.
Aikido. So this page, trying to interview a lot of different black martial artists, because it's a lot of black martial artists that don't get the recognition that they deserve. And I learned this because I used to be a big fan of Bruce Lee back in the day. Then I heard and learned that it was black martial artists that actually beat Bruce Lee, like Victor Moore. It's a lot of people, but this page is to give black martial artists more recognition at the same time. So I'm doing this interview right now with Brother Samuel. So he's about to pull out his bag of toys on us.
Right here we have the Bokken is what it's called. This is a practice sword, which is called the katana, the Japanese sword, and we use this to practice. All techniques comes from using the sword. Every hand-to-hand contact technique comes from the sword, and this is the Bokken. All right, here we have the Jo staff. The karate calls it the bow. It's longer. This is one of the weapons that they walked around with as well, and they utilized with for combat sport. And this is called the tanto, which is just a wooden knife. These two will go on your side, and these are all practice tools to be able to do techniques. And mainly the tanto is for takeaways, knife takeaways. We use this for knife takeaways, and you could take away all of these weapons and stuff. But yeah, so it's just another tool to help you be aware. Helps you to improve your techniques. It builds your shoulder strength and stuff. And the way you hold the Bokken, it's a practice. It's called kumitachi. Okay, and it's just basics. You have 7 basic sword movements. I won't go through all of them, but you with the Ken stance, the stance is your right foot. Let me raise my gi so you can see my feet. Your right foot is always forward, and your right hand is always forward, because there are no it's a saying in Japan, there are no left-hand samurais. Even if they were left-hand dominant, the right hand. For some reason, it's above my pay grade. I don't know why, something about the left hand. If I was switch, I'm dead. So it's basic sword cuts and there's a lot going into people think that you just raise a sword. There's a whole lot, because you raise the sword, your center drops, your shoulders are relaxed, which is a key function of any combat sports. Your shoulders need to be relaxed when you're punching or whatever. So you raise it up and here, and see how my hips move here. When you finish your cut, you wanna have your body like this, because if both of us cut each other and our bodies are square, that's called uchitachi. I might be wrong. I think uchitachi, I believe, it means mutual death. That's what it means. So when you move, your cut ends with your body kind of like this. Okay. So and holding the sword, you hold with these 3 fingers: your pinky, your thumb, and then this finger here. Okay. And the same with this. The pinky is slightly off the back of the Bokken or the sword, and you wrapping it around. And these 2 fingers are kind of loose. Okay. So here and you want to start, just basic cuts, you're going to have your bow in a horizontal position. So it's just here, okay? So here, sometimes, like once you get certain levels, sometimes you'll train with your weapons.
Okay.
It'll be part of your uniform and stuff, and you can go from hand to hand to weapon. And you can practice in that dynamic. It takes a lot of training and repetition to get to that point. But it's just the different levels of capabilities that you can get to.
Okay.
It's limitless almost. So yeah, this is the traditional Japanese uniform. This is the traditional Aikido uniform. Either some dojos you start with it, some dojos you start once you reach brown belt, and then some dojos don't let you wear the hakama until you get your black belt.
Okay.
So it varies from dojo to dojo.
What kind of belt you got?
I have a black belt. I'm a first degree black belt in Aikido.
Okay. How long you been training?
I'm a brown belt in Tomiki Aikido.
Okay.
I started Tomiki Aikido. I believe I started Aikikai in '96, so either 3 years before that, '93, I was doing Tomiki Aikido, which is a combination of both Aikido and Judo. The founder of Tomiki Aikido, he did Judo. That was his primary martial art when he was growing up. And then he started doing Aikido, so he combined those two. So you have some of the different throws. Tomiki Aikido is more direct and to the point, whereas Aikikai, you blend more. It's not so much clashing. So, the street style of Aikido, Tomiki would probably be the best style to do, because of the directness of it, but you can also modify the Aikikai style. Once you get to a certain level and you know the angles and stuff of everything, you can make that just as direct and also fluid at the same time. So it just depends, and the person applying the techniques matters too, because you have some black belts that shouldn't be black belts.
Okay.
You have some brown belts that can whoop a 5th degree black belt, so it just varies on the skill level of the person.
So in fighting, it more matters. It's not the technique that matters. It's more of the person that using that technique.
Yeah, and their application of it, their efficiency, because the best techniques are the most efficient techniques. Because that's what MMA is a big sport now, and those guys are honing their skills. They're taking all these different martial arts and streamlining them and making them all efficient. It's like the maximum punishment with the least amount of effort. That's what boxing, Krav Maga, Aikido, MMA, all different martial arts, that's what they aspire to. It's like to be able to defend themselves, one, to be able to effectively, defend themselves against an attack, and either, match that force with the same force or be able to protect their attacker, which is one of the philosophies of Aikido, is to protect your attacker. If they come with you with a fist or a strike, you're not going to try and break their neck. You know what I'm saying? But if they come with you with a knife or something, you're going to increase the level of force that you're going to, apply to that person. All right. So the second sword basic movement, you start in the same position, okay, and it's here. You raise it, and here. And see how my body is like this? Because if someone was on the other side of it and they cut, I'm cutting right down their center line, all right, and their sword would be out like this, because I'm coming down their center line, and my sword is right down, and I can walk straight in just by turning my hips a little bit.
Okay.
And that way it's not a mutual kill. You know, because if both of us had the same body position in it, then it'll be a mutual kill. So the second kumitachi is here, there, okay, and from the side it goes straight over your head, okay, and it comes up, okay. You don't just bring it up like that because that can be stopped. This is here, okay.
I see the technique in it.
Yeah, see, it's like, because if I was to do it like this and someone was resisting it back there, I couldn't move it, but it's here, okay. This part, it comes here, and some people use it right, stop it right here. Some people bring it there, but either way, it's here. You're not gonna there.
Okay.
See the difference?
Yeah, I see the difference. It's a major difference.
So it's a whole lot. You can have a class just on raising the sword, and I've sat through them. And your shoulders are tired because you're doing the movement slow, and but just raising it, because you see some. I'll do number 3 too.
Okay.
So you see this in Japan, in martial art movies a lot, where they hold it up, but it's here. You don't just raise it. They go slow because they're watching for the movements. And then this one here, okay. There's 2 ways. I'm gonna do a uchi cut, a shomen cut rather, which is over my head. So from here, your shoulders, when you raise it from this position, you dip, okay? You don't just here. You'll see what happens to my shoulders and see how exposed I am. I'm here. And see what's in front? Because I can block. Whereas if I come up here, my arm's in the way.
In the way, and it's kind of blocking your vision a little bit too, I see.
So it's here and here.
Okay.
That's the third movement. That's 1, 2, and 3. 1 is here. Your foot kind of goes back here. And you always cut back to the same plane, that horizontal plane. Okay. Number 2 is here.